I must be dreaming, Gilbert Rhodes said excitedly. That's thanks to the KWTD Corporation and the Orion Group. He asked them to stay at Williams Media and keep an eye on things while he drove to Anderson Antiques to see Phoebe. When Kevin arrived at the store, 2 assistants met him at the door and escorted him to the 3rd floor. Kevin, you're finally here. Do you know how long I've been waiting for you? Is this what you were looking for? Phoebe asked. Yes, thanks. The next 5 days seemed to pass in the blink of an eye. It was obvious that, although the Williams family had gathered a lot of forces to help them, faced with the backing that Kevin had gotten from Tyler and the Orion Group, their attempt was doomed to fail. I'm glad it's finally over. That really wasn't easy. In the end, there weren't many casualties, but the total funds that the Williams family and Kevin's associate had poured into the fight exceeded $30 billion. Kevin, what plan do you and Mitch have in mind? Adriana asked with a puzzled look on her face. We've been planning this for a while. We're going to open the largest hotel in Chicago and at the same time take over the city's catering industry. 3 days later, the whole city of Chicago was buzzing with the latest news. The Salix Leaf Hotel broke ground with much fanfare, even though no one knew who the CEO of Salix Leaf Hotel was. Judging from the distinguished attendees, they knew that it was someone very powerful. The highest-ranking dignitaries and government officials were also there to congratulate them. The most excited attendee was the new vice president and general manager of the Salix Leaf Hotel, Rachel Butcher. Within a day, the Willow Leaf Corporation became a household name, and Rachel's net worth skyrocketed too. That night, after Lily called Kevin, she returned home with Rachel. Oh, Rachel is here! Quick, sit down so we can talk. I really never expected you to be the vice president of the new hotel. If you make any connections, don't forget to include Lily. Don't flatter me, Dorothy. I'm really just working for someone else. How did you get to know someone so important? What important person? It's just that the CEO thinks highly of me. Without Kevin's permission, Rachel could never reveal his identity. Oh, really? When will you introduce me to your boss? Lily teased. No problem. I'll introduce you to him as soon as I have the time. Kevin slowly pushed the door open and entered the room. Rachel began to stand up when she saw him, but was stopped when he shot her a quick look that reminded her to not let on that he was her boss. You're back already? Yes. When did Rachel get here? You guys keep chatting. I'm a little tired, so I think I'll go upstairs to rest. Meanwhile, Kevin was lying on the bed using his phone to surf for more information on healing stones that might increase the effectiveness of his herbal medicine. Suddenly, Lily opened the door and asked him expectantly, Kevin, there's an event we've been invited to the day after tomorrow. Do you want to go? What event? The Jones family lost a lot during that whole mess caused by the Williams family. So the Blair family is getting together more than a dozen wealthy families to invest in a huge high-end real estate development. Are you sure you want me to go along? Now that I have 60% of the Jones Company shares, I'm going to represent the family. Since you're my husband, it's only right that you should be there too. Come on, we've never gone camping like this. How could I say no? When do we head up there? Kevin asked enthusiastically. Tomorrow. The next morning, as the sun was starting to rise over Lake Michigan, the Blair family sent a car to pick up Lily and Kevin at Corwin Tower. After about 2 hours, the caravan of over a dozen limousines stopped at their destination up near Rockford. So this is where you plan to build? Yes. Isn't it beautiful? It cost a little over $200 million for the land. Then each family is going to spend another $45 million for the construction costs. Kevin shook his head when he heard her say this. He didn't think that it was a good place for a luxury housing development. There was a river nearby which was picturesque, but he wondered if anyone had even looked into the chance of flooding. As Kevin was thinking about this, he heard a familiar, annoying voice. Kevin, what are you doing here? Did Lily finally let you out of the house? Isn't that obvious? He must have tagged along with his wife to get free food and drinks. Jason, what do you mean by that? We all came out here to have fun. If you pick another fight with Kevin, don't blame me for what happens to you." Jason just grumbled and walked away. By now, a lot of them had already started to set up their tents. They were the future of the various companies involved in the business venture, and what they were interested in most of all was networking. Right at that moment, Kevin heard a lot of commotion and turned around to see Officer Emmett and Phoebe Anderson walking out of a changing room. "Kevin, I didn't expect you to be here either. Why didn't you tell us? We could have ridden together." Lily wasn't sure what to think when she heard them talking like this. Kelly, you might not know, but Lily is now at the helm of the Jones family business. Kevin only came on this camping trip because of her. "What are you talking about? Do you have to make things so awkward?" "Kelly, why are you still standing up for him? You're my fiancé," Blair said anxiously. "I'm just being honest. Also, if you keep acting like this, you may not call me that much longer." Okay. Kelly, whatever you say." They immediately broke up into cliques. Some picked up fishing rods to go fishing by the river. Others got ready to head into the woods to hunt for small game. Phoebe suddenly asked, "Kevin, are we hunting or fishing? The current's too fast down by the river. The fish would be swept away before they had any chance to bite. And it's illegal to fish with a net around here." "So what you're saying is none of those guys will be able to catch a fish?" "I didn't say absolutely. Why don't we have a competition and see who catches the most fish or game?" "So what's the reward?" "Good idea. Each family will put $10 million in the pot. Winner takes all. Jason, will the Jones family participate?" "All right, we're in." Soon the teams were decided. They were Kevin and Lily from the Jones family, Phoebe and her brother Blake representing the Andersons, Sherwin Blair and Officer Emmett from the Blair family, and then there were 6 other families too. Seeing that everyone else had already started to move, Lily immediately pulled on Kevin's sleeve and urged him, "Let's head up that way, into the woods." "Don't panic." When Kevin and the others finally started to head into the woods, they saw some members of the Steele family picking wild berries. After about an hour, Kevin and the others had only caught a single wild rabbit, which they put in Lily's hunting basket. Suddenly, they all heard a rustling sound coming from the nearby bushes. "What's that sound?" As soon as she finished speaking, a large, ferocious cougar jumped out of the bushes and growled at them. Kevin was the first to react. "Run!" When everyone turned around, Blair was already standing face to face with the cougar. He waved his knife from side to side and slashed at the animal. The cougar yelped before it turned around and ran off into the woods. Kevin knew something wasn't right. He clearly noticed that the cougar was running on its hind legs. I'm certain that was a man disguised as a cougar. By then, Blair had returned and was standing in front of Officer Emmett saying proudly, "Kelly, don't be afraid. As long as I'm here, nothing can hurt you, not even a cougar." "Here comes another one." Everyone turned around and looked. They were almost scared to death. This cougar looked like it was almost twice the size of the first one, and it was less than 100 feet away from them. "Run! What's going on? I only have one guy dressed up like a cougar," Blair thought to himself. "Ouch! What happened? Get up!" "I think I sprained my ankle. Lily, run!" Kevin shouted as he picked Phoebe up and put her on his back. Just then, Blair shouted again, "Come on, you filthy beast!" Suddenly, he heard a voice shouting in the distance, "Sherwin, it's a real cougar! Run!"
Hi, Kevin here. If you are wondering what happens next, then download the Pocket FM app and listen to the exciting episodes of InstaEmpire now with the link in the description.